let's talk power. So as a lot of you know, most of you know, I added my Canopy not too long ago, and got a ton of stuff back here that needs to have power to it. For on road trips, want to charge something, keep something running, lights, whatever. We're going to start tailgating pretty soon now that my daughter's getting ready to go to college. So I wanted to try and find a way to run power to the bed, to power all that stuff, and I wanted to do it on a budget. Some people have different definitions of budget. Um, I went with what I thought was a budget. So I'm going to swing around and show you exactly what I did. I'll put links to everything on what I did, and I'm sure there's better ways to do it. There's obviously more expensive ways to do it. I'm not sure if there's really a safe and cheaper way to do it, but I'm going to show you what I did. All right, so here we go. This is the brains of the outfit right here. Can't remember what company it came from. Like I said, I'll put links to everything. But what I did was I already had power ran back here for my compressor, my Thor's Lightning air compressor. So I already had power coming to the bed for this through Anderson connectors that went straight to my batteries, come back here and power this. So I thought, well, I've already got power to this. So I got a Y connector, a 120 amp Y connector. So now it branches off. One end goes to this, and one end goes to this connector. So the only issue I really had, and I really don't consider much of an issue, was all of these connectors are 120 amp, and everything for the input and outputs for this are 50 amp connectors. So I found a little pigtail that goes from 120 to 50 amp. So you have one input back here, and then you have three outputs. So now everything is powered from that one line from the battery back, runs through this, and then I can power everything through this. So like I said, I'm sure Red Arc and all those other companies do something a much better job, much sexier looking, but for my needs, this is going to work out pretty well. So it has a lot of really good features I like about it. Has two of the 12 volt cigarette lighter adapters on it. This one I have run into my IZTOSS fridge right over there. And being that I can, use the app to monitor that, I have that part covered. I have it so that I can charge my Blue Eddy as we're driving down the road. I like that a lot too, so runs power to that. My lights, that's the biggest issue I had for me was I really wanted a way to power my lights. And if the truck was off, they wouldn't work no matter what. So, and I had a little power bank thing, and I just didn't like it. So it ran out of power quick. So now I have power for really everything. So I can charge phones. So it has two 12 volt cigarette lighter ones, two barrel connections, 4 USBs, and 2 USB-Cs. It also has a little light. And you can turn off your display if you want. So it's pretty sharp. I really liked it so far. I haven't really had any issues. I put the remote control for my lights right here with some Velcro, so that holds nice and tight. No worries there. So now that I've addressed that, let's step to the front so I can show you exactly where all this comes from. All right. So this is my Genesis off-road dual battery setup. One thing I like about this is even with all that stuff on in the back, I will never have an issue with a dead battery and not being able to get where I need to go if I decide to be stupid and not monitor everything. So dual battery offset setup. So you got the main battery, you got aux battery. So everything feeds to the back. This is the actual circuit breaker for that 150 amp connection that goes all the way to the back, or 120 amp. So if I ever really want to cut off power to everything, I can just hit that button and it'll, you know, trip the relay or trip the fuse, and I won't have to worry about it draining anything while it's just parked. So while I'm up here, real quick, this is my cutoff for my winch. There are a lot of people who say, why do you need one? If your winch isn't on or nothing's plugged up. I found out with this winch, the open road 9,500 pound winch, I had an issue with this. Not a big one, but it could have turned into something bad. Yes, there is where you can have the wired connector, but it also has 2 infrared remotes. And I found out twice now that if it receives an infrared frequency, it's going to operate. The only way to keep from operating is to keep the clutch disengaged. I didn't really want to do that because people could come up and just grab my fair lead and do what they want to do, or just, you know, be malicious. So one time I was parked and this had unspooled probably, I don't know, 30 feet. So I come out to my Jeep and there's 30 feet of winch line laying on the ground. That's a safety issue. And the other one is, what if it happens to decide to engage and start running? It's going to create a heck of a mess up here. So that's why I put the cutoff on. And then aux beam, the RA60. This runs my rock lights, runs my strobe that's in the back, which is mandated for a trip that I'm getting ready to take here soon for another 24 hours of Appalachia. So have all that run. There's connectors, everything run to it. I kind of have a mishmash of fuse block stuff up here. I have the Epic Wizard system for their fuse block extensions, and also have the one that comes on the open road. So I have plenty of places to connect anything I need to connect. And then inside I have the 6-gang panel for my aux beam. You can see plenty of videos already about that. I'm not going to get into too much detail with it, but I've really enjoyed it. There's a little bit of a learning curve, really, not so much for the use of it. It's pretty quick. Either you turn them on or you turn them off. But as far as if you want to change them from steady to momentary to strobe, there's a little bit of learning curve to program that, but really it's not really been much of an issue. Just want to make you all aware of it. So there you go. That's the power setup that I have. Questions, comments, concerns? I know everybody has bigger and better setup, or some people do, but this is what works for me. So talk to you all soon. Bye.